Guys, we're making tea cakes. We're gonna crack 4 eggs. I'm gonna do that first at room temperature. Okay, so now we need 2 cups of granulated sugar. We're just gonna put it right in. So now we need 1 cup of softened butter. We're just going to put it right in our bowl. Okay, we're going to start adding our eggs, and we're going to cream up our sugars and butter first. So now we're going to put in 1/2 cup of buttermilk. 1/2 cup of buttermilk. Gotta hold it up. The older you get, you gotta hold it up so you can see. So now we're going to scrape down the sides, make sure everything is good and incorporated. Now we're going to get in 5 cups of all-purpose flour. 5 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to start mixing it up. If I can remember, that was 1. You guys got to help me remember. I'll lose count. Two. 3. 4. 5. We're done. Okay, now we're going to stop and we're going to put in 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. And we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. 1 teaspoon. Maybe that's what I've been missing. Maybe that's the flavor that I want, that I'm looking for. A lot of you new subscribers, I have been looking for the tea cake recipe that my step-grandmother made years and years and years ago. And so I think this is like the 3rd or 4th tea cookie I've made for YouTube to try to find that recipe. Now this recipe calls for no vanilla, so I'm going to make it just like the recipe calls for. I didn't put salt, and the recipe calls for 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Can you believe I forgot that? I can. That batter is just absolutely gorgeous. This batter looks beautiful. We're going to just put this in the refrigerator, and I'm going to let it chill for about a good hour. While that cookie dough is chilling in the refrigerator, I wanted to share with you some things that have happened the past couple weeks. So you know that I'm in a different kitchen, as you can see. So I want to share, we did move a couple weeks ago. It was one of the hardest, most agonizing decisions we have ever made. And I'm 61 and my husband is 64. So decisions are not taken lightly at our age. But we realized we needed to downsize. We were very overwhelmed with all the things that we had to take care of. That home we absolutely love, and that has been the most painful part of all of this. The home is is where I grew up. It's in the area that I grew up. My son lives across the street. My mom and dad, my sister all live right there. Cousins, family, friends that I all went to school with. So my husband's father passed away in April, and we had to make some decisions because we really wanted to make sure his mother was taken good care of and that her needs were met and all that. And she is 81. So what we decided to do is we decided to move in between. We didn't move far. So we're still in rural North Carolina. About 40 minutes to get to my mother-in-law's house from where we were living. So what we did is we bought a home smack dab in the middle, so it's 20 minutes either way. So we could be close to our family on both sides. And it was still agonizing. Making decisions is so hard. But now that we have done it and we're in it, we're still moving in, and I don't have any pictures hanging on the wall. I have that up there. We don't have our backsplash up or anything like that. So we're basically still moving in. But I wanted to share with you some of the updates. It's not going to change my channel, but as many of you know, when you have family that needs to be cared for, or when you yourself are finding it very hard to care for all the things that you own, that you've accumulated over the years, you know, property, our house is beautiful, but it has a very high crawl space and high steps, lots of steps to get in, and then there's staircases inside. A lot of the bedrooms and stuff are all upstairs except for the master. So we really felt like it was time for us to downsize, and so we made a decision to just move kind of in between. I didn't realize how hard downsizing is at 61. You have to let go of things, and it sounds easy, but it's very hard. 18 years of accumulating your life, memories, lives, your kids' toys when they were little, and just so many things, and that is very hard to let go of. And I have found that out the hard way. Once I get everything situated and we've moved in and maybe get some pictures up on the wall, I will do a house tour for you. But my kitchen is not very big here, and so I hope that it's just going to have to be at a different angle. I'm still working on the lighting here. So I want to say thank you so much for all your kindness. And if I have not been able to send out Christmas cards, I have not been able to send out thank you cards, and I hope you will forgive me, and please understand I have wanted to do all those things, but it has been such an overwhelming task of moving and heartfelt and everything has been everywhere. So I just want to say I'm so sorry if you sent me gifts, and I will get to those thank you cards. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching, for commenting. And I decided to do tea cakes today because I wanted to use my new oven that makes so much noise. When I turned it on, it makes noise. And so I'm shocked about that. But I think it's supposed to, and I need to read up on it. So having YouTube and all your kind comments and tips and advice have really helped me to make this transition, because I'm bringing you with me in my new home. And my son, he is not upset. He said, "Mom, wherever you are is where home is." And my grandkids, my grandson brought a suitcase. He thought he was moving in too. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching, for commenting. I hope you're having a very Merry Christmas. So I wanted to make the tea cakes today because I thought how fitting. I'm always trying to find the perfect tea cake recipe. And so I'm going to break in my new oven with the first thing that I'm going to make is tea cakes. Okay, we have our cookie dough out. Get it out of the pan. And it is cold. I think I might have let it stay in there a little too long. So good. Okay. think I'm going to put half of that dough right there and just work with this half. May even freeze the other half. Some cookies. Ooh. Okay, here I'm fixing to put the cookies in 400 degrees for 10 minutes, but it didn't go over very well, and they are smoking everywhere, so I put another batch in, and here's the new batch. I think this is the way they're supposed to look. So we want 8 minutes instead of 10 minutes. Guys, I just saw that my oven is convection, and I have no clue what that means. Oh my gosh, what does that mean? I've got to look it up. Oh my gosh, so maybe that's why things got too brown, too fast, and the other ones aren't cooking. Oh my gosh. All right, we gotta look this up. Okay, this is what it says. A convection oven is an oven that uses a fan and usually an exhaust system to circulate hot air evenly around the food instead of relying on radiant heat. It says more even cooking, fewer hot and cold spots, faster cooking, typically 20 to 25% quicker, better browning and crisping, ideal for cookies, roasted vegetables, meats, and sheet pan meals. Lower temperature needed. Ooh, needed to lower my temperature 25 degrees less. When not to use convection, cakes, quick breads, and delicate desserts can dry them out and cause uneven rise. Oh no. I'm in trouble. So just in case. Let's see. They're a little brown on the bottom, but they're a little brown on top also. Maybe I don't need, maybe with the convection oven, maybe I won't need to double my sheet pans. Oh, we're gonna have fun cooking in this, guys. We're gonna have fun. I guess downsizing can have its goods and bads. I have to learn something new. All this modern day stuff. I like this color a lot better than this color. This is just too dark. And this has a little browning around the edges. So I think I'm gonna like this better. I think our new tradition at Christmas time, we're just gonna make tea cakes, okay? All right, so let's try one. Okay, we're gonna try a tea cake. This looks sort of more like what my step-grandmother made, kind of a square. I gotta try it. That, I would say, is 90% close to my step-grandmother's tea cake. I'll say that we are super close to her recipe, and I'm gonna tweak it, and we're gonna get it right. So next Christmas, we're gonna be making tea cakes again. I want to just say thank you so much. Please keep us in your prayers as we go through this transition in life. But my YouTube is not going to change at all except for the location. I hope you will hang out with me in my new kitchen and give me comments and tips. And I don't have a backsplash or anything yet, but eventually it will come. So you will be seeing little transitions as time goes on. You guys are the best. You guys are amazing. You guys go. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.